Bonjour à tous. Choisissez une carte. I want to talk to you about something very important today because I've noticed a gap in our collective vocabulary. Over your time at university or learning a language or learning anything, if you'll be able to talk until the cows come home about bilabial fricatives, or you'll be able to draw out a molecule, or if you study geography you'll be able to, colour in. You still might not be able to tell me quelle est la seule carte dont tu as besoin. I know what Lemmy might tell me about this card, but what would he say in French? Any stay at university, whether at home or abroad, you're going to learn a lot of card games. You may be playing a casual game of Go Fish, or Cheat, or Irish Snap, but there's never a casual game of Irish Snap. And as well as learning how to avoid scratching away at your opposition with your hands when you go Snap, you may have to call out the names of some cards. Certainly when we play a lot, we decide to go into French and start saying the words. But this is of course very difficult when you don't know the words for all the French cards. So starting with this, as de pique. So there's your pique, and next to it is hearts or cœur, which is very usefully kind of similar. So for diamonds we have carreau. For clubs we have trèfle. My cards are particularly wonderful because my good friend Stephen once stole them and attacked them with a pen. You go, Stephen! Then these suits, you of course have the numbers to start off with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you get into face cards. Instead of jack, it's knave. So like a knave. You royal knave, you la dame. And of course, le roi Stephen. There are also other terms that you may come across when playing cards. We came across them first when we went to the casino for Luke's birthday. These kind of weird words that they won't teach you in school, but which are actually very, very useful. So you might be able to tell me how to order an omelette in French, but what are odd and even? Pair, impair. These royals or face cards are called figures. And a little bit of random trivia for you, according to the French Wikipedia page, it's always l'as de trèfle, which is facing out when you buy a new pack of cards, so it will always have the logo of the card company. Whereas in England, it's the ace of spades, l'as de pique. So this is why this has got the US playing card company, Cincinnati, Ohio, made in China. So it's not English at all. Bon? So card games have a habit of being international because, sailors would go and meet each other in bars and teach each other these little games. Also, I once played the game Arschlocher with a Swiss girl in France. Similarly, you have Rami, which is the French version of rummy. The popular game known as spoons or tongues that involves everyone having 4 cards and then you have to keep passing them around the circle and switching until you have all the cards of the same type. In France, it's called tas de merde, which I won't translate because of my no swearing policy, but I found that very interesting that that's what it's called. Other games unfortunately have the same names as in English. Le bridge, le blackjack, le poker. I would have liked them to have some nice interesting names, but there you go. Another little thing I learned while I was researching for this was that cards are printed on a special kind of paper which is sometimes plasticized and sometimes not. And when it's not, it's called papier Bristol, which I quite like. So this may not have been the most wildly entertaining episode, but at least you probably learnt some names of card games. As a random passing note, Mickey's just blogged this French tongue twister that I want to have a go at. Si mon ton 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 ton, ton 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 sera tendu. It's not as real tongue twister as a one in English. Ton 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 sera son. But it's still quite funny. If my uncle shaves your uncle will be shaven. That's useful to know, isn't it? Thank you very much for coming as ever. I shall see you soon. And Sante! Don't know if I'm actually going to drink this, am I?